Welcome, everybody. My name is April, and my spirits and I together, we are called Ostre Astoundance. Thank you all for joining. Um, Thank you for joining the Conspiracies podcast. I've had an amazing feedback from those that have already tuned in. This is the Matthew Perry episode. What really happened? So we're going to go in and we're going to ask Spirit what happened here. There were so many questions. I received so many messages about this. It was so shocking for those that are fans of the Friends TV show or just fans of Matthew Perry in general. I'm sure that this would create quite a bit of interest and a lot of inquiries about this gentleman. So, I'm just going in. I have not done my research, although I have questions here with my co-host. So, if there's anything that comes up, he's going to look it up for me in the middle of the reading. So, you know how I work. This is a live reading for Matthew Perry. So, let's check this out. So, before I get started with anyone and I'm doing the reading, I like to look at their natal chart. It just gives me comfort and it kind of allows me to see the texture of who this human being is. And kind of, what they came here to do, their destiny, their fate, and really kind of find out maybe a little bit of even their past life stuff. So sometimes when you're looking at a natal chart, past life stuff does kind of like show up through the thread of the natal chart because it's like, okay, well, without a past, how can you go forward and change some things into the future and really transmute that energy karmically? So it's all about learning, growing, and lessons. So anyway, here we go. I do use Angel Tarot for those that are listening. And this is just a little tool in my toolbox for my mediumship stuff. So I'm just going to tune in with spirit, asking my angels, guides, and ancestors to please step forward and give me as much information as we can about this person, his life, past, present, and future. And here we go. What's really strange already, like as I'm like getting into this space, my head is getting really hot. I feel really hot. So sometimes I pick up on symptoms of this soul or the essence of them and how they passed. From what I've read, Matthew Perry passed from, I believe they said he drowned in
a hot tub.
In a hot tub in Pacific
Palisades. Yes.
So, reason why I decided to do this reading is Spirit was showing me this individual, this soul was around, and I kept seeing a vision of him, and I kept seeing a vision of Luke Perry, actor Luke Perry. For those that don't know who Luke Perry is, and I don't know why, I was like, why are they showing me Luke Perry? I understand they share the same last name, but Luke Perry was on 90210. He was on some other shows. I didn't really track him or look him up too much, but I remember the visual image of him. And I saw these two individuals together. And Spirit's like, we want to talk about this. And I was like, well, why on God's green earth would Luke Perry be involved in a Matthew Perry reading? I understand that they both have the same last name, but I wanted to respect what Spirit was showing me because there could be a connection, perhaps in the way they died or the circumstances that they were both in at the time leading to their passing. You never know why Spirit shows things. So I never just disregard it and say, well, forget it then. But I will honor that. I believe Luke Perry is, I looked him up. I think he's a Libra.
October 11th.
October 11th. Yes. This is interesting. Okay. I'm taking a very deep breath and I'm exhaling right now because this is odd. There is a lot of deception around this man, and I'm not speaking about Matthew Perry at all. There is deception around a man, and he could be um, a Libra, he could be a Gemini, or he could be an Aquarius. So I don't know who this dude ran around with, Matthew Perry, but there is some deception around this individual. There was someone else in this house at the time he died.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Very interesting. Now, here's a woman, too. I don't know if he had a girlfriend. I don't know if he had a wife. We'll look into that more. But right now, I can say that this man was not alone in that house. So that I will back up for those that are listening. Now, I'm going to keep moving forward here and just kind of see what else I can spot. Matthew Perry, I looked up his natal chart. He is a Leo. He was born August 19th, 1969. He has a moon in Scorpio. So for those that are really interested in astrology, when you have a moon in Scorpio, it means that essence of scorpionic energy really ties into phenomenons and strange situations and stuff like that. There's a intense kind of dark side to it, but for those that have moon in Scorpio, I will say this. There is something that happened upon this man's birthing that perhaps there was an ancestor who passed before his birth and or an ancestor that passed sometime after his birth. It was like a contracted in exchange. Because anytime you carry the essence of scorpionic energy, I always am wondering, okay, this goes for Scorpio, suns, rising, and moons. Okay, who had to pass for this soul to be born? So someone was wrapping up their karma for Matthew Perry to be born in the family. So, okay.
That's his girlfriend.
He had a girlfriend.
His girlfriend, Molly Hurwitz. Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this.
July 13th.
Queen of Cups. Yes. So, thank you very much for that information. So I have a girl. I knew that there was a girl around, but I didn't even know that he had a girlfriend. So he's looking up this girlfriend at the time of his passing, or at least this is who he was seeing, blah, blah, blah. Her name is Molly Hurwitz. She's born July 13th. And for those that are listening, feel free to look this up on your own. But I immediately open with Matthew Perry, and Spirit is bringing up this Queen of Cups. So that would be a Cancer, Pisces, and or Scorpio. So there was someone there or around, or that her energy was around him. I'm not saying she was in the house at the time that he died. The person that was in the house at the time that he died is this younger male. He's not even a king suit. He's a knight suit. So that means this is someone who would be in their 20s or 30s, a little younger. Maybe if anything leading into their 40s. Okay. But king suits are more late 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. Okay. But I'm getting I'm getting Knight of Swords with a lot of deception, Seven of Swords behind him, lies, deceit. And the Tower card is there, which means that somebody knew him. Somebody was in that home and knew him. And they're not an honest person. They're deceiving and lying, and just something is odd here. Now, I don't get the deception on the girlfriend, at least right now, I don't see that yet. So let's keep moving forward here. So going back to moons and Scorpios, Scorpio sun, Scorpio risings. Remember I told you this, don't ever forget it. A lot of strange people pass away out of nowhere around these types of individuals, right? Weird stuff happens. They get that phone call and someone just dies. It's death is always kind of too close for comfort, right? So if you have a Scorpio moon, you have to be very careful being out late in the dark, messing around with some darker stuff, darker people, because you could step into some weird stuff, okay? So the other thing is too, with the moons and Scorpios is I always feel there's a deceased relative that's a little too close, or there's a deceased person that's a little too close that can be problematic. And they have a tendency to need to lean into a shaman or healer or some kind of, a spiritual consultant to better assist them to pull them out of something. And they struggle with darker vices from sex, drugs, rock and roll, all that stuff. So I'm just saying, doesn't necessarily mean that is the person, but these types of things do come up with that particular moon in Scorpio, sun or rising. And in this case, he had a moon in Scorpio, Mr. Matthew Perry. So let's take a look here. There's that individual again. So Spirit is pointing at this person. This guy is not good. There's something here with money. So this is money and contracts. And here he is. Here, this is this individual. This is that Knight of Swords that I was talking about. That could be Libra. That could be Gemini. That could be Aquarius male. Anywhere between the ages of 20, 30, 40, somewhere in there. This is who was in the house with him. I'm looking for Matthew. He's the Leo. There's the Leo right there. So he knew that he was not well. There was this guy in this house that knew he was not well and allowed this person to fall into the state that he was in or the condition he was in that led him to his death. I also, there's a Leo again. I'm also wondering if there may have been drugs involved. I'm not accusing this person. I'm not saying, oh, this is like the main reason, but there might have been either alcohol or some other substances that could have been involved with this to make him drown or however they found them. But did he really drown? That's the question. Or did he drown accidentally? That's also another question. Or did someone help him drown, right? So let's just see. This guy that was in the house had money, or he took money. He had money, he took money, or Matthew Perry had a money understanding. It was a business negotiation or like a money understanding. So that's why I'm kind of like pausing and wondering why that's there. Anytime you put money in between your relationship, your friendship, your acquaintance type stuff, fine, okay, but why? What is the transaction? Is it drugs? Is it a contract because you have some, this is a script and here I'm paying, what is this guy doing here? This is my question. Like, it's very odd.
Well, the initial tests of that, of his like blood test, there's no meth or fentanyl in the system.
Okay, but those two things. But they never said anything else.
No.
That's odd. Why wouldn't they talk about that?
Not sure.
Because here's the thing. For those that are listening, okay, there's a particular card in tarot. Those that are into tarot, you can follow me on this, okay? When I kind of see like that 7 of Cups energy, I'm thinking drugs. I'm thinking like too much of something, right? So like, you take too much of something. It could be alcohol. It could be
like pills. That's what his thing was.
Vicodin. Okay, so Vicodin, 55 pills a day?
Yes.
Wow. But I thought, didn't he try to like, wasn't he in rehab or something?
I believe so.
A lot of my clients were messaging me.
They said he was sober, but I'm not. Who knows? That's why we're here, right?
That's why Spirit's trying to inject all this information. Okay, here's the girlfriend. Is she an actress?
Let me look.
She's got some work stuff here, or like maybe she was waiting on some contracts, like, something with work. There was also an issue about money and like either I don't know if he was traveling prior to like him going home. I don't know how long he was home for, but I see like some tightness around money or restriction around money, and then something here with travel. Like either he just came back from traveling or he was trying to like get ready to go to travel for something, and then I see him looking at his money like, well, I don't know. Yeah, there's a contract here. Is there any way you can look up and see if perhaps he was in the midst of a contract with someone, like with entertainment? So like
Okay.
who knows? I don't know who like owned his tail. You know, a lot of these people like MGM. Who knows? I don't know. But there's something like with a contract that either he was in the middle of, or he, because right here is the end of a contract, or something was being severed.
Hmm. Well, from his contract from the Friends franchise, he made $20 million a year in residuals. That's a lot of money.
So he wasn't hurting, that's for sure.
No.
Hmm. Okay, I also want to say the message I'm getting as well is there was something very deceptive that either was spoken about, talked about, whether this is through a publication, whether this is through social media, whether this is through like an interview, he said something. These particular cards are saying there's something deceptive that he publicly stated, talked about, was getting ready to publish, to post, to say something, or he did, I don't know, that was very deceptive. Like somebody manipulated something to either prevent this publication, or someone manipulated something to showcase something to make it look like something, or the like a connection to his death. You have Seven of Swords, the death card, and there's a certain card here that's talking about publications, projects, creative things, something that you're doing that's being seen and heard, seen and heard. So I'm like, okay, was there an interview that I didn't know about? Is there like a, like, was he writing a book? Somebody wanted to shut his ass up. And I'm not
I'll
just
look.
fanning that, because the Seven of Swords is here, meaning someone was trying to like manipulate something to prevent or stop something. I'm going to keep looking at this.
He did have a, I think, a biography that came out in 2022.
Oh,
He wrote a book, so
I don't know. I've never really watched that show, and I was not a fan per se. I mean, I've heard great things about it. I see clips on it on the internet, but I never really, it was just not my thing. Um, so I wouldn't have read the book. For those that read the book, feel free to DM me on Instagram if you want. I don't know. Is there anybody talking about it or trying to argue with something he did say?
not see anything. Let me see here.
Again, there's something here with business and travel that he was making a decision. I'm wondering if he was getting ready to leave to go somewhere, or he couldn't and something was like delayed because of money. He was definitely being watched before he died. He's got a lot of Page of Swords energy. I cannot quite, I'm not going to close with Spirit's like, nope, we're not done yet. We're not going to close and say that this man died by accidental drowning. Because here's the thing, I never go in and say that, okay, you know, what they did say, maybe what they did say truly happened. But see, right now I can't. I feel like I'm choking. See, I'm getting symptoms of something here that doesn't make me want to talk. Um, ooh, Lord. Okay. See, my head is getting really hot and my eyes feel like they're going to come out of my head. It has something to do with he was going to say something, publish something, post something, say something, and somebody knew this, heard this, or was trying to stop this. I can't breathe. This is really bad. Prior to this reading, my throat was blown out because I thought I was talking all week because it was just like I was talking more loudly all week because I felt like just the way the transits were going. We had that full moon in Gemini that just passed, and I felt like no one could hear me, right? And I felt like I was turning up the volume on what I'm saying, and I found myself saying things twice. So anytime we have Gemini energy, we find ourselves saying things twice, doing things twice. So I thought it was that. And now that I'm leading up to this reading, I'm having a lot of problems talking or speaking, or I feel like I'm hot, 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 and I can't breathe. And it feels like I'm getting a lot of pressure behind my eyes. And it almost feels like, yes, I could say that I'm getting symptoms of water or drowning, but at the same time, I'm also getting restriction around my throat and neck. Like almost like someone's stopping my breathing, right? So let's keep going here.
This keeps coming up about him.
What are they saying?
They're talking about Matthew Perry removing all of his controversial remarks about Keanu Reeves.
What's his problem with Keanu Reeves?
I don't know. I didn't read the book.
Huh.
But yeah, apparently he was putting out a lot of best disparaging remarks against him in his memoir.
Keanu Reeves was like, he's kind of like a recluse, isn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's really strange because I saw an earth sign in here earlier. Do you know if Keanu Reeves is an earth sign?
Find out right now.
Look up his birthday, because I kept seeing, for those that are listening, a night. I was going to get to that, and I'm jumping around a little bit because we just opened with Spirit. But there was an earth sign.
September 2nd.
Yeah, you stop.
1964, though.
That's a Virgo. That's an earth sign.
Yeah, he's 59 years old.
I had the Knight of Pentacles in there. Oh my God. Yeah. See, I never know what's going to come up with these readings. Like I'm in the hot seat here. I'm like, holy smokes. Okay. Okay, let's go back 7 months to a year prior to this. 7 months to a year prior to this. Again, 7 months to the year prior to this. That led to this man's demise besides his own problems. I think this man had addictive tendencies. But was that the reason, though, that he ended up in a damn sauna drowned? I can't quite say that yet. There's way too much deception around this for me to say, oh, yes, this is what happened. Hold on. Do you know if there was anything that would come up about, like, does he have a second home or a second property, or does he just have that one property in Pacific Palisades? Because I feel there was something that came up about a property too in this reading, so I was just sort of wondering what was going on with that. Oh, wait a second here. Now we got something. This is weird. All right, you guys ready for this? Okay, and it's not funny. I'm just like chuckling because I'm like, wow. Okay, earlier I was talking about a Knight of Swords. So this is Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra male, Knight of Swords. Someone between their 20s, 30s, maybe 40s, okay? Here's his girlfriend. His girlfriend is right next to this Knight of Swords. So somehow they know each other, or somehow they are aware of each other. And there's like a career thing, a work thing, an opportunity thing with this girl. I talked earlier about this girl, Queen of Cups. Now, we looked up her birthday. I forget her name. Holly something. Is it Holly Molly?
Molly Hurwitz.
Oh, okay. She's a Cancer, you guys. I was like, maybe she had something coming up with work. And now that I'm looking at this, here's that dude again. They're aware of each other. They know each other. They're acknowledging each other. I see it here. Here's the opportunity. But here again, Seven of Swords, lies and deception. Someone was trying to stop Mr. Matthew Perry from like a contract or some kind of thing he wanted to get out, or it was a form of expression, a contract, something like that. And it's odd because she's right here in the middle of this. This woman is very well aware of who this deceptive man is. I don't know if she knew the depths of how far this went down the rabbit hole, but I'm just saying so far this is what I'm seeing. Because that man was in the house. I'm going to look at this woman and see if she knows something. Let's just get down to this a little deeper here. And you guys, this whole time I'm talking to you, my head feels like it's going to explode. I feel such restrictive, tight energy around my neck area, like someone's just squeezing me to death. And it sucks and it's uncomfortable, but we're just going to have to keep moving here.
It looks like most of the properties he's purchased, he sold like over time. So like everything he bought, he stayed in for a while. As soon as he moved out, he sold it.
He sold it.
Yeah.
So there was nothing pending with a property or anything.
Doesn't look like it.
It's very odd. It was like coming up right there. So maybe for those that are listening, feel free to do your own research. Again, this is just kind of like, think what you will of the messages, do with what do what you will with the messages. This is all coming from spirit as we move forward. My ears are really hot, like right here, just flaming hot right now. Okay. Let's see here. This is money contracts again. He's got the highest paying card here. There's his relationship. I started with the 5 of Swords with this girl. Oh no. You never know with that industry. He's got a Neptune and Scorpio too. And Neptune kind of energy is like cinema, like that kind of stuff anyway. But the fact that it's in Scorpio, that he was definitely there might have been there's always a shadow to that industry, right? So if you got Scorpio, Neptune and Scorpio, it's kind of like makes me think too. When I was looking at his natal chart, stood out to me just a tad. Yeah, there's deception around. There it is. And then there's no way. There's that guy right there. And there's the chick. I'm wondering, now I don't see an affair here, but I'm wondering if there was something about a contract or a job that this girl was doing that she was somehow behind it with this dude, whoever this guy is. The 7 of Swords is lies and deception behind the money in the contract. That's very strange. I can't say this woman is like responsible for some stuff that happened to him that day, but I can say that she was somehow in like this web of something that she didn't really quite know fully, or maybe she did. I don't know. And it has something to do with money contracts and some work stuff. And she was hoping to like be a part of this or somehow cash in is not the right word. Is it? She gained something from this. Her association with him, like something.
Well, she's quite a bit younger too. She's 32 years old.
Okay.
Just to throw that in there.
Oh, she's young. Because Matthew Perry was how old?
55, 54.
Yeah.
54 years old.
And I always, when I read on people that have passed, I look at their birthday and their natal chart. Of course, that's a given. It gives me the texture of who they are. But I also look at their death day, because the death day really speaks about what happened here. And the fact that he died on the lunar eclipse in Taurus is freaking nuts, okay? He died on October 28th, 2023. and it was the lunar eclipse. It's kind of spooky, very spooky, because anytime you think of Taurian energy, Taurus is business, commerce, investments, money. Taurus is always like, that energy is always like, okay, how much is it worth? How much am I worth? Is, what's the price I'm willing to pay for this? So the essence of Taurus is always encompassed with business. Make it rain, money, money, money. Now, the essence of Taurus is good with money, but they also have to be careful with the dark side of money. And the fact that he was like passing away in this lunar eclipse in Taurus, that's the darker side of the money. Keep in mind, he's got that Neptune and Scorpio, which kind of gave me the creeps when I was looking at his natal chart. Ooh, that's a creepy, darker side, or this shadow to that industry, because Neptune energy is like cinema and the illusion of things, right? And then you get this scorpionic energy. It's like, woo, it's a little darker there, right? Then he's got like a moon in Scorpio. It's like, holy smokes. And Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus. These two are very similar, but very different. They're both fixed. So it's just a very interesting, like, twist here of what is going on. And there's deception around that man. And again, this girl, I don't know, she might have been in this, how people just like, you kind of step into things and you don't realize you're stepping into it. I feel like from what I'm looking at so far, this woman's sort of stepping into this and not realizing in the moment what she's getting herself into or what this could be. But then is she not it, is she not? I don't know. But who was in that house is that dude, this guy, and this mystery man, this like Aquarius, Gemini, Libra man. Very, very odd. Very odd. Here's another thing I find interesting. A lot of my clients were sending me these messages from his social media account that he didn't like post on social media for a while. I just got to thinking about this right now. He didn't post on social media for a while, from what I've understood. If that's true, I don't know. When he finally did, he posted a damn bat symbol or something.
Well,
when
he
Batman
actually posted a picture of him in a hot tub.
No.
That was the last picture. The last picture of him was a picture of him in a hot tub. It's right there.
What was with one of my clients showed me a bat symbol.
I don't know.
When Batman, when they send the signal, like, that whole thing. Okay.
That was like the last image. This was like 6 days before that happened. So It's probably in the same spot.
And what's really weird is either he was about to publish something, he was about to post something, or he did publish something and he did post something. The timelines, I can't get, it's not clear. But I feel like there's deception in what he is about to publish or post. Like something wasn't honest. I'm wondering if that's even an honest post. There's something freaking creepy about that. There's something dishonest here. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I don't know. Let me keep working with my team of spirits here. We're going to get down to the bottom of this, because I'm telling you, I'm not going to be able to let this go until we figure this out. Here we go. Let's keep moving. I'm going to ask. I just want to kind of get a feel for
his last repost. That was the Halloween bat.
The Halloween bat. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what my clients were sending me. You guys are so wonderful. You always send me so many messages on Instagram. I get people on TikTok now sending me messages. So thank you. They're always updating me on stuff. He's definitely, like, look at his eyes right here. He's definitely got the Scorpio moon eyes. They always have that deep inset, like, sparkly kind of look. Makes sense. Who's that girl right there in that photo?
I don't know.
What does her shirt say?
Could have had a longer day.
What is that a symbol of? Is that a bullet, or is that?
No, looks like a. I don't know. It's not a bullet though. This is on his Instagram from May 28th, 21.
Okay.
That was a while back though. So.
Oh, I see. All right. What happened to you, Mr. Matthew? This woman, I don't like her. That's the Cancer girlfriend. I don't like her now. Now this is starting to bug me a little bit because she keeps getting nasty cards. And anytime you got a 5 of Swords, Spirit is like literally saying, we're done talking about this. Almost like they're closing and saying, this is the integrity of the person and it's not good. Mm-hmm. So, and if it literally means this woman is an unwise choice for him or she's not helpful, I do feel like there's something very odd about her, or she had like a motive. You know, people are motivated by many different things, whether it's money, sex, drugs. Like you can watch, if you just observe someone long enough, they don't have to tell you who they are. You can just watch what they do and you can figure it out very quick what motivates them. This woman, she is obviously motivated by something that isn't, it feels transactional, or it doesn't quite feel, the depth in this feels odd. Like it's not enough for me to say this woman's madly in love with him and oh my God, no. Something weird with her. She's afraid too. Right now, she's afraid. She's afraid to say something. She's afraid to talk. She's afraid to get into some details. She's hiding right now, or she's being very closed off. There's a lot of fear here. And all week, my throat has been feeling like I'm going to die, suffocate, just real tight in here. And I'm wondering if it's because I was getting ready for this reading that Spirit was leading me to this. Because my head is really hot. My ears feel like they're going to pop. My eyes feel like there's pressure here. And that kind of feeling is like somebody that either has their hands on me or they're holding me down or something. So was this like I slipped into a coma and fell into the water? I'm choking. I can't breathe. But do I feel like I'm floating and falling into the water? I can't say
it's
that.
It's more of a fight or a struggle.
It feels like a struggle to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to honor that. Again, you guys, this is all up for your own interpretation, but this is what I'm getting. My spirits get right to the point. They get right to the point. Again, what's the deal with travel? There's travel all over the place here. He was supposed to go somewhere. He was supposed to get on a plane, in a car. He was supposed to go somewhere, or right before he went somewhere, and then he was supposed to go to another place again. He was between two places. So it's like 1 and a 2, but these were important trips. These were like, I need to have this conversation kind of trip, or I need to write that, or I need to sign that contract kind of trip. Or I feel like he was arguing also with someone. He didn't agree to something. What Scorpio moon would fucking agree to many things? They don't comply very well. They're just like, no thanks. Like, so he obviously was not going to do something, and they wanted him to do something. Look at, they got the devil card right behind the money. This is the darker side of the industry talking right now. My spirits are showing me that there's a mask behind a contract. There's a mask behind the money. There's a mask behind the people too close to him. And I think they told this woman to like go away for the day. Don't come around this time. I'm hearing people talking right now, and I'm hearing all this go on at least 3 days before he passed. Something, there's three, they're showing me 3. Okay, this is auditory that I'm getting. I'm hearing people talking. Don't come over there. Don't do that. No, don't. Just be away from the house. Meanwhile, he's over here like, oh, I got to get on the plane. I got to get in the car. I'm going to go talk to this person.
He has plans.
He's planning things.
Yeah.
Oh, and then from there, I'm like, the next day, I'm going to go and get on a plane and talk. He had some arrangements to travel or something. But this girl was told,
stay away.
Don't come around. I'm going to talk to him first. I have to do this thing. And she's kind of like, but then I don't trust her. You know what I mean? It's like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I'm playing stupid. I don't like her. I don't want to see a picture of her either. Right now, I don't like her. There's the Virgo. There's a Virgo right here. Excuse me. Something happened in Capricorn season of last year of 2022. I'm taking everybody down the rabbit hole right now. Something happened in Capricorn season of 2022 with Matthew Perry. And then something also happened in Virgo season to Libra season. Those two seasons are back to back. I'm getting Libra energy and I'm getting Virgo energy. This is seasons, okay? So that would be the end of August. That's Virgo season. Okay, August 23rd spilling into, September. And then we go from that from Virgo season to Libra season, then the end of September spilling into October, right? And then he passes away on October 28th. Spirit is saying that something was already brewing in this time where he was on the radar for like an assault, or like he was in trouble with something. Somebody didn't like something. Somebody around him wanted him to be quiet. But like I said, if you got a Scorpio moon and you got a Leo sun, he also had a Leo rising, forget it. You think he's going to be quiet? No.
His book was coming out around that time.
What do you mean? Stop. What book?
It says like his book was coming around in September. Oh, it says book, he had a tour date for that on November.
But the book
September
is...
23rd.
No. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I'm looking
Look
at
at this.
More into it.
This, I'm going to look. I wish, I need a camera on my cards.
11/11/122.
Oh, so the book is already out.
Yeah.
So then what would be, because something happened in December. I keep getting, that's Capricorn season of 2022. So that would be the end of December leading into the beginning of 2023. He upset somebody. Yeah, let me see what happened here. I want to look at this really quick. Just going to ask. And I keep feeling like either somebody, like, did he move between that time? Did he move locations? Did he move from 2022 to 2020?
No, he bought his house in 2020. The house that he
because
resides at.
What's interesting in his read, there's like something where he's going back and forth between two places. Do you think he spent a lot of time at the girlfriend's house?
I don't know. I can't find much on her because she's not really popular.
Yeah, the reason, and then look at this. So the person that I think was behind him and his demise, or someone that betrayed him, obviously, there's an air sign male here. And I think that they were already like, this man was already kind of like scoping him, spying on him, watching him, kind of moving his way through the like through his ins and outs of his everyday living between Libra season. No, sorry, between Virgo season and Libra season. It's interesting how Matthew Perry passed in Scorpio season with the Scorpio moon. Very interesting. See, here's that guy again. See, there's the move. So this is a move right here. And then there's that deceptive man again. I wonder if that man lived with him or if there was like a connection. He lived down the street or like, it's very odd. There's like locations or like there was nobody that lived with him. I don't know. It's just very strange.
She only posted one thing on her profile about him.
I don't think it was her that posted it. With that much weird energy around this person, it's very odd. There's a lot of fear around her. She's scared.
Yeah, there's just one post, and I'm looking through her. There's not much on there.
She's definitely a Cancer because you could see her eyes. She has the moon eyes. That's Cancer right there. Yeah. Cancers have a certain look to them. He was getting ready to make a decision. They didn't like this decision. They were watching him, and then they decided that they were going to eliminate him and this contract or stop him. And I feel like he was traveling. It almost. Oh my gosh.
What is it?
They moved him. They moved him.
They put him in the hot tub.
They moved him.
So they moved his body.
Get the hell. They moved him. 7 of Swords. Maybe they gave him like a cocktail or a toxic drink. And then he's thinking he's having a conversation. I'm signing I'm just something odd here. And then they moved him. Spirit saying they moved him. I'm wondering if they hot-shotted him.
Gave him some like type of drug to make him
absolutely
just loopy and then put him in the water.
Oh yeah, but I'm still conscious.
And that's why that's probably the struggle at him fighting to stay above the water. Because that's what the struggle comes from.
Look at this. I have the chills right now. This is a yes. Okay. I'm getting a huge surge of energy. Spirit's like, we're here. And this is what he wanted to say. Yeah. This is what he wanted to say. I'm emotional about this because this is wrong. And I do not believe how the media depicted his passing is true. I'm sorry. I'm not buying it. I think that they tried to quiet that female. I think that she was some kind of what do you call it? Like, I feel like this is she was like a ticket in for something. Or she was like they used her.
They used her to get into him.
Something like that. Like, oh, yeah, we're going to give you this big part, blah, blah, blah. And, you're going to be more in the media or maybe, I don't know, just something very odd about this person. Okay. I'm not saying she did it. So for those who are listening, I'm not accusing her of that. I'm just saying, I just feel like there was some strange energy around that woman, the Cancer. Okay. See, look at that. Here she is again. So she's got 5 of Swords. Spirit's already complaining about her. And here's this could be drugs or like something. When I get this card and Spirit closes with this card, 5 of Swords, Spirit's like, we're done. We don't like her. She's shady. Done. They're already accusing this person that they're already...
She's kind of
she's deceptive. Yes. They're like not saying it's her because they already showed me who it is.
Yeah.
It's this guy. But they're saying she kind of like opened the door to maybe allow the fucking rats in to just, like infest the place. Like it's like it's like she's the gateway to allow poison to come into your life, you know? Not that she is the one putting the poison in, I'm being hypothetically when I say this, okay, you guys? So, but like, like there's an infestation of like nasty people here. And it's like, could be more than one. But I'm wondering if she was sort of like the gateway to get in to some degree, because she was hoping to get something out of it too.
So she was trying to build a career off of this.
Something.
And this was the opportunity. Like they offered her something to like get her forward in her career. And if you do this, you know, you get us in touch with him.
There was a hook there. Yeah, there was a hook there. So I'm sure she's a normal person. I mean, but there's like a layer or two to her that I'm not quite trusting. If, for instance, like if I'm reading for a client right now and they're asking me, hey, what happened to my friend here? I mean, I'm just going as authentically as I see it and feel it as what Spirit's showing me. And I wouldn't trust this woman as far as I can throw her. No way. Okay, let me look at our poor little Matthew here, because I got really emotional right there in that moment. They moved him. That's why I kept seeing that. Remember, I asked if there was a guy living there. This is the guy.
The guy moved him.
The guy moved him.
Yeah.
Insane. My goodness. Poor thing. That happened when I did a live reading on, I felt the same feeling too. It was on Kate Spade. For those that are listening, I did not save that recording, and I wish I did, but I did a live reading on Kate Spade. And when I did a live reading on Kate Spade, I believe they hot-shotted her, and then they took her scarf and just snuffed her out. Asphyxiation, you know? And I think she was trying to break out on her own with Kate Spade, and she was trying to get away from her husband, and I think her husband's a pervert. I think he's a weirdo. But I kind of felt that she knew something about him that was nasty, and she wanted to get out anyway. But then she's like, no, I want my own brand. I want to do my own thing. And she wanted more control of her child. And I could feel this tug of war going on, and he did something, or there was something involved where they tried to quiet her because she was trying to get her own identity back, and she really was concerned about her daughter. That's the feeling I was getting. All right, Mr. Matthew Perry, here we go, dude. I don't know if Matthew Perry and Luke Perry were friends, but they certainly are very well acquainted on the other side. I also feel like there's a female too on the other side, like a grandmother, that was really welcoming him home and giving him this love.
I can't make a connection between the two of them.
I can't either.
Even though they're just both.
It's crazy. Yeah.
In the height of their career on the similar time.
Yeah, I thought maybe the connection. I know that Matthew Perry, from what my clients had sent me, was a guest on 90210 at one point.
I can look. I can
my clients saw my post and they were like, oh, he was like a guest on 90210. Luke Perry and Matthew Perry. I'm like, oh my God. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, here's our evil friend again. He doesn't go away, does he? That nasty man. I don't even know who he is. Yeah, they moved him. So, see this? I want you to see this. And I want to start recording these cards, because it's like, I have to show. I wish I can get some more video of this. So here's the nasty man. Okay.
The King of Air.
Yeah. He's been showing up more of youthful.
Okay.
Youthful man. So, but he's like an air sign male, sun sign. The moon card is deception. But anytime you get the chariot is also the sign of Cancer, which that girl was. Okay. But I saw her around, but I didn't see her directly there. But let's put that off to the side for just a moment. The fact that the cards are talking the way they lay next to each other. They fucking moved his body.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever happened to him, he did not die in the same place. No. I'm wondering if someone helped him go. The way this looks, unfortunately, the way the media depicted it, I do not agree. Spirit is saying that there was problems with money contracts and his voice, like what he wanted to say, or there was something he was about to do, talk about, say, put out there, publish something. He did a couple of trips prior to this, and he had another trip planned. He was going to sit down and have a contract with someone, or he thought he was, and he thought everything was cool. And then he goes home. He's like getting ready to go on a travel, like a plane. He's packing his things. This is the feeling I'm getting. And someone decides to stop by. Surprise, surprise. That would be our Knight of Swords or King of Swords. I kept getting Knight. So the way Spirit leads me to that, so for those that are listening, they're kind of having me lean into the fact that he could be a little younger than King of Swords. So he might be like right before 40, okay? Or late 30s, something like this. This guy knows him. Why would you let someone come into your house if you didn't know them? So the girlfriend I didn't think was around. I don't get that sense quite yet that she was around. I think she was away. But the Moon card is here, which means lies and deception. The Tower card is here, and the Chariot here. Chariot is here. Chariot indicates to me as a reader to better confirm that they moved him. So where he really truly died is not the. There's two different spaces, so he was moved, and this guy, this Knight of Swords,
still could have been alive when they moved him.
No, that's what I'm saying.
They just knocked him out.
They knocked him out. They hot shot. They did. When I did a reading of Kurt Cobain, they knocked him out. They like injected him. They hot shotted him and just and then they just made it look like whatever they made it look like. And you have to think about with Kurt Cobain, who benefited from his death. That's all you got to do. Just follow the money, you guys. Follow the money. Now, going back to Matthew Perry, this is my final and best assessment that I can give regarding this. You guys can interpret these messages and do with the messages what you will. But this is based upon what my spirits are explaining to me, that Matthew Perry did not die in the place that they said. I believe his body was moved, and it has something to do with what he was about to do, contracts, money. There was travel before, and he was planning to go somewhere. Everything looks good. But just astrology-wise too, I find it so unbelievably strange that he passes on this lunar eclipse in Taurus. That's the darker side of money, but so is scorpionic stuff too, is like Scorpio's other people's money. Taurus is your money. I'm earning this. I'm building this. But lunar eclipse is the shadow to it. So it's very odd. Was this planned? Yes. Was it an accident? I cannot end this session by saying that. No. I do not believe it was an accident. And that is what I got for Mr. Matthew Perry. Anyhow, for those that are interested in my readings, please check me out. I had a lot of people asking me how to book and stuff. So you guys can check out on my website at austreastoundeds.net to book 60, 90, or 30-minute readings if you're interested in my work. Please check me out on Instagram at austreastoundeds and or TikTok. But if you're interested in more of these recordings, you can please check me out on Instagram. You can click the link on my bio. We're doing a recording every week. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. And that's what I got for today. Until next time, thank you everybody for listening to Conspiracies.